Hi there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today I'm so excited to share this stitched Hillside pop-up birthday card showcasing an interactive pop-up element on the inside. I'm using lots of stamps and dies from the fall and winter 2016 release, paired with some older stamps and dies as well. But the dies you're going to see here are from the fall and winter release. And here you can see the inside of the card with that great pop-up design. It's just genius. I absolutely love it. I'm going to start by die cutting my elements from Lawn Fawn cardstock and some Simon Says stamp cardstock. Everything but this first brown cardstock that I am die cutting the leafy tree backdrop landscape from is from Lawn Fawn. This dark brown or dark chocolate cardstock is from Simon Says stamp. So that is going to be my frame for the front of the card. I decided why not go crazy and big and do both the front and the inside of the card. So this is an instance where the inside of the card is going to be just as pretty as the outside. From some of the green cardstock, I have die cut my stitched Hillside pop-up plus the tree portion from the leafy tree backdrop. Then from red, orange, and yellow cardstock, I am die cutting the leaves from the leafy tree backdrop. Also, the tree portion, the kind of, I'm going to say circular shapes, but they're not a perfect circle, so they definitely look awesome as trees, from the stitched tree borders. This is going to be another layering element for the inside of the card that's just going to add to the fall feel of this card. Going to pop out all those little leaves and set them to the side. The stitched tree borders is going to be die cut from this brown cardstock as well. And then the great thing about the stitched tree borders is it perfectly pairs with the stitched Hillside borders. So I will die cut one of those from some green cardstock in a minute. My card base is going to be from some Lawn Fawn blue cardstock. And I'm simply going to fold up now this stitched Hillside pop-up. I want to fold all the score lines, get it folded correctly. Now it can be a little tricky to figure out how it all goes. There is a video on the Lawn Fawn blog that should help with this, as well as my assembly here. I did do it a little bit wrong, but I will show you how I fixed that in a minute. So that's what it's going to kind of look like on the inside of the card. I just laid out a few elements to make sure I liked it all. I wanted the trees to be brown, but I want the landscape itself to be green. So I am taking the coordinating stitched Hillside border. I'm going to draw a little line here so I can line it up. Go ahead and tape that in place and then die cut that. Now you could totally leave these pieces as is, but I love my distress inks and I thought it would be great to add a little bit more depth and dimension to these cardstock pieces by blending in some distress ink colors. So the card front itself, I added a little salty ocean, the borders of green, so the tree, the border along the bottom, the inside stitched Hillside pop-up. I am inking the edges with Mowed Lawn Distress ink. This is that inside piece. Just the edges. Going to darken them up just a tiny bit. Adds a little bit of depth and dimension to my die cut pieces. Going to make sure and do this for everything. The yellow I'm using is Fossilized Amber. The red, I used Fired Brick. And then for the orange, I'm using Rusty Hinge. Give it a little bit of a two-tone look. So the inside trees, all of my leaves that I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and start putting it together. So I have my stitched Hillside border there, then my frame. I'll tuck the tree portion underneath. So there's kind of what the front frame is going to look like. I'm using some Zotz Bling glue dots to attach my colorful leaves to the tree. On the inside, I did attach my elements here. I think the video camera maybe got shut off and I forgot to record that. I am going to link to the Lawn Fawn blog underneath the video here on YouTube as well as on my blog post so that you can find the assembly instructions for that stitched hillside pop-up, because that's really going to help you show you how that is exactly put together. Trust me, once you've done it once, it is so super easy. It's simply just knowing which way to fold everything. Now, to complete building my scene, I need some cute animals, I need some birthday hats, I need all kinds of things. And I started out kind of small. I was using the critters from the Jump for Joy stamp set, the fox and hedgehog and owl, and then the birthday hats from the party animal stamp set. And this is kind of what I started out with, and I thought this will be plenty, this will work great. And really, it probably could have, but I tend to go overboard. So once I had all of these critters colored and die cut, I ended up adding more. So I'll show you that in a little bit. I did leave in the coloring in case anybody is curious. I know a lot of you have said you really do like that. In the videos, you like to be able to see what colors I'm using because they're shown across the screen here, and kind of follow the process from beginning to end. So just really kind of quick coloring. I tried not to take too terrible long with this. While this card is fairly, I guess it looks fairly labor intensive, it really only took me a couple hours to make. I kind of knew what I wanted to make, and if you kind of break it down into steps, like I die cut everything, I inked everything, I put together all the cardstock pieces, and then I started with my final, scene building pieces, the critters and the accessories. It actually went really quick. The coloring probably was the most time consuming, as it normally is, but I tried to keep it fairly simple. I also kept my color palette fairly simple. While I have certain colors for each critter, the accessory pieces I kept them all within the same color family. They're all going to be red and white. And that really simplified the process as well. My owl is going to be in shades of gray. I've kind of got a rusty colored looking fox, the light browns for my hedgehog and the creams, and then some grays for my owl. Nice dark grays for his body, and then I'll do some light grays for the tummy portion of him. And then again, one of those rusty colors for his beak and feet. I did have a little bit of an accident with my poor little owl. I used my warm gray 3 marker to darken up here in a little bit. And it's one of my markers I accidentally overfilled. I have 2 of them that I have overfilled, E43 and W3, and they leak. I keep trying to use them, hoping that I'm going to get that ink used up and I'm not going to have that problem anymore. I ended up not restamping him. I kind of let that color dry, finished coloring him, colored back over his foot because it kind of washed out the orange of his foot, and used it as is. I kind of was able to tuck that foot where it bled outside the line underneath on the inside of the card so that I didn't have to completely start over. I always try to find a way to work around it rather than starting over if possible. This is where I was talking about keeping my color palette simple with red and white. Now I am using the coordinating Jump for Joy dies and the party animal dies for all of these. I'm going to die cut everything and then go ahead and kind of lay it out on my card and assemble my card, because at this point I really thought this was going to be plenty, kind of forgetting that yes, if this was the front of my card, this probably would have been plenty, but I am not just designing the front of the card, I'm designing the inside of the card too. And I'm just the kind of card designer who really likes to have a full scene. If I feel like it's lacking or missing, I just don't find it as fun to look at visually. I am going to stamp the greeting, "It's your birthday," on the front of the card because the inside reads Jump for Joy. All the greetings are from the Jump for Joy stamp set. I'm going to tuck some more leaves on the front of the card with my fox. Attach him here. Cute, fun little critters, birthday cap on. And you can see already, that's really not enough for the front of the card. I'm going to have some falling leaves, yes, but that's just not near enough on the front of the card. I feel like it's a little lacking. On the inside of the card, it's beautiful. It's got those great stitched, hillside pop-ups. It's got the stitched tree border in the background, those nice fall trees, but it's not enough. Here's that owl. You can see that foot's tucked behind that first border. Got a birthday cap for him, a little hedgehog, birthday cap for that hedgehog. Again, that's not enough. There is totally not enough going on. I did take a black gel pen, color in the eyes, the noses, and at this point, I really had to reevaluate. And what I ended up doing was going back in, grabbing tons of images from party animals, lots of past Lawn Fawn stamp sets. I believe I have year 5, year 2, hedgehogs, and that might be it. I think it's party animals, year 5, year 2, and hedgehogs. And the hedgehogs, those hedgehogs from that stamp set, I really thought they would work great with the hedgehog from Jump for Joy. The birds I thought would be cute sitting on top of the trees on the front and inside of the card. And the turtle was kind of an afterthought. I was looking for birthday packages, and the bigger birthday package you can see stamped there on the right side of the screen is from there. And as I stamped that and stamped different packages from these different stamp sets, one of them is from, year 5, that's right. As I was stamping these different packages, I realized that turtle would be kind of a cute addition. If I'm going to stamp both of those or place both of those hedgehogs from hedgehogs on the inside of the card, I really felt the fox on the front of the card needed another critter. I was going to add a bird, but it's kind of small and I felt like it needed a little something else. So I did end up coloring this turtle, and I'm going to die cut all of these pieces. And then I can assemble all of those on the card, and it ends up I really feel like it kind of completes the whole birthday theme. It fills the card up, both the front and the inside, and I just can't say enough great things about all the Lawn Fawn animals and critters. They're so fun to stamp and color and mix and match. That is probably my favorite thing about Lawn Fawn, is the ability to mix and match all of the different stamp sets with one another to create truly unique scenes. So there is my adorable little turtle, and I'm going to have a little trio of packages here on the front. I did 2 to begin with. Go ahead and adhere my hedgehogs, birthday caps on everybody, adding black gel pen to the eyes, trying to figure out which layers. The great thing about these stitched Hillside pop-up layers, or even the simple I think it's called simple pop-ups, yes, is you can create different dimensions on the insides of your cards, which is really great. So my owl has got the little birthday cake it's holding. I'll have a couple more little package images here on the inside. Go ahead and attach one of these birds standing on the tree. One on the front of the card as well as a few additional leaves and that last package. A few leaves on the inside as well. I had a few extras and I felt they would really complete and finish off the scene, add some nice little pops of color. Place that one there behind the hedgehog. And that is going to finish off the card. I add a little Stardust glitter pin to the birthday caps, the candle on the birthday cake, and that finishes off this really sweet and cute stitched Hillside pop-up card. Thanks for joining me today for this birthday themed card showcasing lots of Lawn Fawn stamps and dies from the fall and winter 2016 Lawn Fawn release. The supplies I've used to complete my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos showcasing Lawn Fawn stamps and dies that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.